Welcome to Middleway News.
Question number 2. Do you regret the decision to terminate Trump's Remain in Mexico policy? By terminating this, her own Homeland Security Secretary estimates 6 million illegals have come into our country.
Deportation, either in the U.S. or in Mexico. And you switched that policy. They were released from custody awaiting trial. So instead, included in those were a large number of single men, adult men, who went on to commit heinous crimes. So, looking back, do you regret the decision to terminate Remain in Mexico at the beginning of your administration?
At the beginning of our administration, within practically hours of taking the oath, the first bill that we offered Congress, before we worked on infrastructure, before the Inflation Reduction Act, before the Chips and Science Act, before the bipartisan Safer Communities Act, the first bill, practically within hours of taking the oath, was a bill to fix our immigration system.
Yes, ma'am. It was called the U.S. Citizenship Act of 2021.
Exactly.
It was essentially a pathway to citizenship for the...
Yes, ma'am. May I finish responding, please? But you have to let me finish,
You
please.
had the White House and the House and the Senate,
and they didn't bring up that bill. I'm in the middle of responding to the point you're raising, and I'd like to finish.
Yes, ma'am.
Bret Bair being very respectful. What she fails to mention, and Bret was explaining, is that legislation would enable the open borders to remain open in perpetuity. Chuck Schumer drafted that legislation. The bill provided immediate work permits to illegal aliens when they came here. The bill provided taxpayer-funded attorneys to illegal aliens. The bill gave billions of dollars to sanctuary cities and NGOs that are aiding with human traffickers, and the bill normalized 5,000 illegal immigrants per day. It was never designed to solve the problem. She fails to mention that because Kamala wants to deceive the American people. Kamala enjoys lying to the American people. Kamala is incapable of telling the truth. In summary, there have been 2 questions asked in this interview so far, and Kamala has dodged both questions and throwing in a lot of word salads. Stay tuned to the next video where we look at question number 3. Here's another hint. Make sure you're seated. She doesn't answer that question either.
Kamala Harris!
Hey everybody, it's good to be with you this evening. Sean, I want to thank you because you always have a way of convening and bringing folks together. And
I grew up a middle-class kid. So I was raised as a middle-class kid.
Thank you for watching the Middleway News Daily Update.
Thank you for experiencing today's Middleway News Daily Update. We hope you enjoyed today's top news highlights and summaries. Be sure to check out our other Middleway News services, products, summaries, updates, videos, podcasts, and more.